Hello friends, welcome to the price action guide. So today we're gonna do analysis for Nifty for tomorrow, for the expiry, this week's expiry, and how we're gonna trade on other expiry. But first of all, we'll see some very important things. Today market opened up around somewhat around 16,582 or 16,600. As I told you, 16,600, 16,700 and 16,800. These are really important levels. I told you that if market opens with a gap up, I would look out for a reversal pattern. I'll took a short position. So this is what happened over here. The second thing is that market opened with a gap up, but it didn't sustain. You see it over here. Market opened with a gap up, but it didn't sustain. Here also, market opened with a gap up. I will highlight it for you so that you can have an easy look on this. So as you see, whenever market opened with a gap up and it didn't sustain, we saw a downfall. Same here, market opened with a gap up, it didn't sustain, it fell down. Now the same pattern is being made over here. Also, since the global sentiments are negative and these levels are really strong resistance, I would say that there are high chances that market may fall from here. Also, if you see the OI data, the highest number of call OIs around 16,600 and the highest number of put OIs are for 16,500. So 16,600 is a strong resistance, 16,500 is a strong support. So market hopefully will expire between this range 16,500 to 16,600, but the overall sentiment is negative. So 16,600 will act as a strong resistance. Now if you see, I have made this pattern. See, I have connected the tops, and every time you see the bottom is having 0.5 to 0.5, 0.54 to 0.56 as an average. So I have put the same line with the same 0.54, 0.55, and it comes somewhat around 15,210 to 15,220. So what I suppose that market, if falls from here, it can come down and kiss 15,200 levels. If it, and from here we might see a bounce or we might see a continuation of uptrend, but if it falls down, I am very much adamant that market will come up to 16,200. Now we can see this in an alternate way also. First I'll delete these lines. If you see, there is a channel that is made on daily time frame. So this is the channel that has been made on daily time frame. Now we will go on our hourly time frame so that we can see that what's going in the market. Now I'll minimize it. See, this middle line is very crucial. Every time you see it has taken support from the middle line, it has gone up. Every time it has taken a rejection from the middle line, it went down. Here it took a rejection and it went down. So the middle line is very important. Now, what should have happened? that if it took support from here and if it was not supposed to come down, it should have continued its upward rally and should have broken the channel. But since there is a strong resistance at 16,600 both on OIs and all, also this channel is acting as a strong resistance, and every time the market touches over here, it comes down. You can see it came down over here, it came down over here. Similarly, it came down in past also. See, it came down over here. So all the 3 points it came down. Now, how we will trade for tomorrow? Since we have a high possibility of market coming down, that I will explain to you on 15 minutes time frame. So now we'll consider all the scenarios with gap up, gap down and flat opening. If the market opens somewhat around 16,500, and it starts going up, then I will not be interested in taking any long side trade, because we have first this 16,600 acting as a resistance, then we have this 16,675 to 16,700, and then 16,800 acting as a strong resistance. This 16,800 is also a resistance on chart. If you see it on daily time frame, it's the neckline of head and shoulders, which was broken in past, and then we saw a great downtrend since then. So these three are resistances. Since the global markets are also negative, I will be very much bearish if the market open up flat and goes up. Now, if the market opens up flat and goes down, I'll take a trade. I'll keep a very strong, very small stop loss, say of 40 points, or even if you want, you can keep a stop loss of 30 points, because tomorrow is expiry. So we'll keep a stop loss of 30 points, just 30 points. And our first target will be somewhat around 16,350, which will be the gap covering that Nifty will try to do. After 16,150, we can go for 16,300, 16,275 to be very precise, and then 16,200 will be our third target. Now, what happens if it opens with a gap? See, as I said, I am very bearish. Even if it opens up gap up, any point below 16,600 or 16,800, then I'll be looking for a shorting opportunity. I will look that, okay, if the market goes up, suppose that if market opens up somewhat around over 16,600, comes over here, forms a double top or a invert or a head and shoulders or some sort of rejection pattern. Similarly for here, any rejection pattern, trend reversal pattern, I'll take a short trade. I'll keep a stop loss of 20 to 30 points maximum on the chart. That will be around 15 to 20 points on options. And I'll look for a short side opportunity. The targets are also given if you are taking short. Now, what to do if market opens gap down? See, if market opens gap down, then the view will still be, negative, bearish view. But then if the market opens somewhat around here, we'll have to wait for the price action. Let the market stabilize over here for at least 20-25 minutes, 15-20 minutes. And if we see any downside movement based on price action, we'll take a short call. Our targets are again as mentioned. So these will be the targets. And hope you like today's video, because if you do like, kindly like and subscribe the channel. Please share your views on the analysis, and please also share if you want some improvement or if you want any stock to be analyzed, any sector to be analyzed. I'll be really glad to do that. Thank you so much. Thank you for time.